You ever catch your reflection and wonder when your energy started slipping away? One day, you're walking up the stairs with ease. The next, you're gripping the handrail, just trying to catch your breath. Not because you're weak, but because no one ever told you how much the right foods could protect your strength, your memory, and even your smile. See, aging isn't the problem. The real issue is what we stop giving our body as we get older: the nutrients, the fuel, the little daily choices that either keep you feeling alive or slowly take your spark away. Now, here's the truth most people overlook. You don't need expensive supplements or some complicated diet to stay young at heart. What you need is to go back to basics, and nature's already done most of the work for you. That's why in this video, I want to show you 10 powerful superfoods, simple, everyday foods that can help you stay mentally sharp, physically strong, and emotionally confident, even after 60. These aren't fads. They're backed by real science, and more importantly, they work in real life. Some of them you've probably seen 100 times but never knew the magic hiding inside. Others might surprise you. But I promise you this: if you stick with me until the end, you'll walk away with easy changes that can make a big difference, starting from your next meal. And hey, while we're on this journey together, I'd love to know, which of these superfoods is already a part of your routine? Or which one are you most excited to try? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Health 365, so you never miss a tip that could help you live stronger and longer. All right, let's get into the first one, and trust me, it's small, but mighty. You might think of blueberries as just a sweet little snack, but inside those tiny purple balls is a powerhouse of protection for your brain. And if you've ever walked into a room and forgotten why, or struggled to remember a name you used to know by heart, this is one fruit you don't want to ignore. Blueberries are packed with something called anthocyanins, a special group of antioxidants that give them their deep blue color. But they do more than just look pretty. These compounds cross the blood-brain barrier and directly protect brain cells from damage. One study from Harvard even followed over 16,000 older adults and found that those who ate more berries, especially blueberries, had slower rates of cognitive decline by up to 2.5 years. That's almost like turning back the mental clock. But here's what makes it really practical. Blueberries are easy. You don't need a blender or a recipe. Just a small handful in the morning, fresh or frozen, can work wonders. Want to boost it even more? Add them to a bowl of Greek yogurt, which we'll talk about later. So next time you're at the market, skip the sugary snacks and grab a carton of blueberries. Your brain will thank you, not just today, but for years to come. Now, let's move from brain food to something that could literally save your heart. You know how people say, "Follow your heart"? Well, if your heart could talk back, it would probably say, "Feed me salmon." This isn't just a trendy food. It's one of the most powerful protectors of your heart, especially after 60. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which your body can't make on its own. These healthy fats are like a soothing balm for your arteries. They help lower triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and even regulate your heart rhythm. In fact, the American Heart Association recommends eating fatty fish like salmon at least twice a week, because doing so can lower the risk of fatal heart attacks by up to 36%. That's not a small number. And it's not just your heart that benefits. Omega-3s also help maintain brain function, joint health, and even support emotional stability, especially during times of stress or fatigue, which we all face more often than we admit. The best part? Salmon is simple to prepare. Grilled, steamed, or baked with a bit of lemon and olive oil. It doesn't need much, Just keep it clean and try to avoid deep frying, which cancels out many of the benefits. So, if your dinner plate has been looking the same for years, it might be time to invite salmon over a couple nights a week. Your heart, and maybe even your mood, will feel the difference. Now let's move from the ocean to the garden and talk about a leafy green that does far more than just fill up space on your plate. It's easy to overlook spinach. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. But don't be fooled. This humble green might be one of the strongest allies your body has as you age. You see, spinach is loaded with magnesium, potassium, and plant-based antioxidants that work behind the scenes to fight off inflammation. And that's a big deal, because after 60, inflammation is the sneaky culprit behind everything from joint pain to muscle loss to even heart trouble. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that people who ate leafy greens like spinach regularly had significantly lower levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation in the body. But there's more. Spinach also provides vitamin K, which supports bone strength, and nitrates, which help relax blood vessels and lower blood pressure naturally. It's like a multivitamin in leafy form. And don't worry, you don't have to eat a giant bowl of it raw. Just a quick sauté with garlic and olive oil, or tossed into a warm soup or smoothie, and it blends right in. Easy on the teeth, easy on digestion, and powerful on the inside. So next time your knees feel stiff or your muscles ache more than usual, remember, it might not be age. It might just be a missing handful of greens. Now, speaking of green, there's one creamy fruit that's not only delicious, it could help smooth your skin, balance your hormones, and even tame your cholesterol. Let's talk about it next. There's something almost luxurious about a ripe avocado. Creamy, rich, satisfying, but this isn't just a trendy toast topper. For seniors, avocados are like edible anti-aging cream, from the inside out. Inside, each avocado is a treasure chest of monounsaturated fats, the good kind that helps lower bad cholesterol, LDL, while boosting the good, HDL. That means less strain on your heart and arteries. But that's just the beginning. Avocados are also packed with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects skin cells from damage, keeping your skin smoother, more elastic, and less prone to that dry, papery texture that often comes with age. And if you've been feeling a bit off, irritable, foggy, or just not quite like yourself, it might have something to do with your hormones. Avocados are rich in vitamin B6 and folate, which play a direct role in balancing mood and supporting healthy hormone production. Especially important for both men and women navigating postmenopause or andropause. Just half an avocado a day is enough. Add it to a salad, spread it on whole grain toast, or just enjoy it with a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon. No fancy recipes needed. So the next time someone says you need expensive creams to look young, just smile and pass the guac. Now let's move to something smooth, cool, and tangy. One of the oldest secrets to strong bones and a calm, healthy gut. There's something comforting about a spoonful of thick, creamy Greek yogurt. But this isn't just a treat. It's one of the most powerful everyday foods to keep your body strong, especially after 60. Greek yogurt is a protein powerhouse, and that's important because after 60, your muscles start to shrink faster than they build, something called sarcopenia. But research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that older adults who consume high-protein foods like Greek yogurt regularly maintain more lean muscle mass and strength, even without intense exercise. But it's not just about muscle. Greek yogurt also gives you a solid dose of calcium and probiotics. Calcium keeps your bones dense and less likely to fracture, especially critical for women. And probiotics? They feed your gut with good bacteria, helping improve digestion, reduce bloating, and even support immunity. The key is choosing plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, not the sugary flavored kinds. You can add blueberries, a sprinkle of walnuts, or a drizzle of honey to sweeten it naturally. And whether you enjoy it in the morning or as a light evening snack, your bones, your belly, and even your mood will thank you. Now let's crunch into something a little more earthy, something tiny, wrinkly, and shaped like a brain. And turns out, it's excellent for your brain too. They may be small and wrinkly, but don't underestimate the walnut. These little brain-shaped nuts are nature's gift to your memory, your mood, and your sleep. All areas that tend to change as we grow older. Walnuts are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. These healthy fats act like natural armor for your brain, protecting neurons from inflammation and damage. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging followed seniors who regularly ate walnuts and found they had better cognitive scores and memory recall compared to those who didn't. But it doesn't stop at memory. Walnuts also contain natural melatonin, which helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. So if you've been tossing and turning at night or waking up too early, a few walnuts in the evening might help your body ease into deeper, more restful sleep. They're also rich in magnesium and antioxidants, which support heart health and reduce anxiety, something we often carry quietly. A small handful a day, about 3 to 5 whole walnuts, is more than enough. Just make sure they're raw or dry roasted, without added salt or sugar. Simple, powerful, and satisfying. And now, let's move on to a sweet, earthy root that fuels your body without spiking your blood sugar. There's something deeply nourishing about sweet potatoes. Maybe it's the warmth, the color, or the way they fill you up without making you feel heavy. But beyond comfort, sweet potatoes are an energy-boosting, immune-strengthening superstar, especially for seniors. What makes them so powerful? First, they're rich in complex carbohydrates, which means they release energy slowly and help keep your blood sugar stable throughout the day. No crashes. No sudden hunger. Just steady, reliable fuel that your body can actually use. But here's where sweet potatoes really shine. Their vibrant orange color comes from beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a key nutrient for eye health, skin repair, and a strong immune system. In fact, a study from the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults with higher levels of beta-carotene had better immune function and fewer infections, especially during colder months. They're also loaded with fiber, which helps digestion stay regular, and potassium, which supports heart and muscle function. You can boil them, roast them, mash them, or slice and bake them into healthy fries. However you like them, just keep the skins on when you can. That's where a lot of the nutrients live. Now, let's head to the green family again. But this time, it's not just about nutrients. It's about fighting toxins and even lowering cancer risk. Broccoli might not win any popularity contests, but if your cells could vote, they'd choose it every time. This bright green veggie isn't just good for you. It's one of the most powerful disease fighters in the plant kingdom. What makes broccoli so special? A natural compound called sulforaphane. It sounds like a lab chemical, but it's all natural and incredibly effective. According to researchers at Johns Hopkins University, sulforaphane helps the body activate its detox enzymes, which means it clears out harmful substances, supports liver health, and even shows promise in fighting cancer cells, especially in the prostate, breast, and colon. On top of that, broccoli is packed with vitamin C, vitamin K, and fiber, all working together to reduce inflammation, protect your joints, and keep your digestion running smoothly. The key is not to overcook it. When broccoli is steamed lightly or stir-fried just until bright green, it keeps its nutrients intact and becomes easier to digest. Add a little olive oil or garlic, and suddenly, it's not just healthy, it's delicious. If you've ever brushed broccoli off your plate, it might be time to invite it back, especially if you're looking for natural ways to stay strong, resilient, and protected from the inside out. Now let's crack into a small but mighty everyday food that supports your muscles, brain, and hormones, all in one shell. Eggs have gotten a bad rap over the years. But let me tell you, for seniors looking to stay strong, sharp, and hormonally balanced, eggs, especially the yolk, are a quiet powerhouse. Inside that golden center is choline, a nutrient that supports memory, focus, and nervous system health. According to research from the Framingham Heart Study, people with higher choline intake had better cognitive performance and were less likely to develop memory decline. And get this, one egg yolk contains about 150 milligrams of choline, which covers nearly 30% of what you need in a day. But there's more. Eggs are one of the few natural sources of vitamin D, which helps keep bones strong and supports immune function. And for men especially, the cholesterol in egg yolks is actually a building block for testosterone production, something that tends to drop with age, affecting energy, strength, and even confidence. Don't let old myths scare you. Multiple studies now confirm that eating up to 1 egg a day doesn't raise heart disease risk for healthy individuals. What matters most is how you prepare them. Skip the greasy pan. Boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled is best. So if your breakfast has been all toast and no substance lately, it might be time to bring eggs back to the table. Now, to finish strong, let's talk about a drink you can enjoy before bed that helps your joints, your sleep, and your recovery. There's something deeply soothing about a glass of tart cherry juice before bed. But this isn't just about winding down. It's about healing while you sleep. For seniors, that's one of the most important times your body restores itself. And tart cherries give that process a natural boost. What makes them so effective? Tart cherries are one of the richest natural sources of melatonin, the hormone your body uses to regulate sleep. In a study published in the European Journal of Nutrition, older adults who drank tart cherry juice twice daily for 2 weeks slept longer and reported better sleep quality compared to those who didn't. No pills, no side effects, just cherries doing their quiet work. But that's not all. Tart cherries are also loaded with anthocyanins and anti-inflammatory compounds, which help soothe joint pain, reduce muscle soreness, and even aid in post-exercise recovery. That makes it especially helpful if you've been feeling stiff in the mornings or sore after a walk. A small glass, about 100 to 150 milliliters, ideally 30 minutes before bed, is enough. Just be sure to choose unsweetened, 100% tart cherry juice, not the sugary blends that cancel out the benefits. So before you turn in for the night, let your last sip be something that helps you sleep deeper, wake up easier, and feel just a little more refreshed. Now, before we wrap things up, let me gently remind you, not every food is right for every body. If you're taking blood thinners, for example, you'll want to be cautious with foods high in vitamin K, like spinach and broccoli, since they can interfere with your medication. If you have kidney issues, some foods rich in potassium, like sweet potatoes or avocados, might need to be limited. And if you're managing cholesterol or diabetes, even something as healthy as Greek yogurt or tart cherry juice should be chosen carefully. Always go for the unsweetened versions and keep an eye on portion sizes. And of course, if you've had allergies, digestive issues, or sensitivities to eggs, nuts, or dairy in the past. It's always best to start small and talk to your doctor or dietitian first. The goal here isn't perfection. It's knowing your body, listening to it, and making choices that lift you up, not weigh you down. All right, now let's finish this journey together with something I hope stays with you long after the video ends. Aging is a journey, not a sentence. And every day, you get to choose how that journey feels. You don't need to flip your whole life upside down. You don't need magic pills or expensive treatments. Sometimes it's the quiet little changes. A handful of walnuts here, a spoon of yogurt there, a glass of cherry juice before bed, that create the biggest difference over time. Your body still wants to support you. It just needs a little help. And these superfoods, they're not about restriction. They're about nourishing the life you still have ahead of you. More strength, more clarity, more connection. You deserve all of that, and more. So try one change this week. Just one. Stick with it. And see what shifts. Your body has more wisdom than you think. Trust it. If this video gave you something helpful, something that made you smile, nod, or feel hopeful again, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you're trying, what's working, or even what's been hard lately. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Health 365, so you never miss a small tip that could make a big difference. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.